Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. On Sunday, I released a short revealing my new pushing goals, that being the freestanding handstand on parallettes, and to accompany that, the freestanding handstand push up on the parallettes, but trying to do that with clean and dominant form, unlike how my handstand push ups can kind of be right now when I was trying to get higher volume. So, how am I going to go about doing this? Well, we're going to break it down in this video with my initial assumptions on how I'm going to have to change my training and how I'll proceed going forward. So let's break it down. Thank you again to everyone for watching these videos day in and day out. You guys really are the best. Remember to like the video, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. So, when it comes to the criteria for my goals, I want to be able to do the freestanding handstand away from a wall and not have it as a spotter, while having the wall as a spotter while I'm doing the freestanding handstand push up is still okay. So, I could technically, in theory, be able to get the freestanding handstand push up on parallettes before the handstand on parallettes, but it is most likely that I'll be able to get the handstand first and then be able to build on that slowly over time. So let's break these down into two different components, the handstand and the handstand pushup, as they both have different kind of competencies I need to focus on. For the handstand, it's mainly just a skill movement, while the freestanding handstand pushup on the parallettes is definitely skill and strength based. So for the freestanding handstand, the biggest struggles are going to be the kick up because I'm going to need additional strength to be able to get up. And that's just going to have to be something you do repetition time after time. And then as I go and do regular handstands, being able to not overshoot it. So being able to rotate between the two is going to be a key factor. How can I do this? Well, obviously, at the start of my push day training, I'll be able to go and kind of do 2 sets here, 2 sets there, and rotate my handstands in and out with both of them. But also doing at the start of my day a couple of handstands of each variety to help grease the groove and keep that kind of consistency is something that's going to be important as well. So, my current goal for the mornings is to do 2 sets of handstands with my palms on the ground and then follow that up with 2 sets on the parallettes. And then as that starts to get comfortable, start to rotate, maybe start with parallettes and then go to hands on the ground and eventually transition into rotating between them. So this will help build in that kind of neural memory of how much I need to kick, and I'll become a much better hand balancer as part of that. And then on top of that, when I'm actually doing training, the goal is right now to do 4 sets of the hands on the ground away from a wall, feeling very comfy, and then transition into the parallettes, at least near a wall in the short term. And then as time and competency goes on, I'll then start to creep away from the wall and start to attempt it otherwise. So I have a plan. We'll see if we can stick to it. But I don't really need to focus as much on getting the straight form because I already have that, or at least as good as I can. I'll keep working on building my shoulder mobility out. But when it comes to getting as straight as possible, I already have that on lock from my regular handstands. It's mostly at this point just getting comfortable pushing with my hands in a different manner, having to use the grip and focusing more on pushing the front of my knuckles and the back of the knuckles to actually get balance is something kind of unique that's been fun to try so far. Now, for the freestanding handstand push up, there's a couple different things we need to focus on, the strength as well as the skill. And obviously, the skill component is going to come partially from the handstand training. So, being able to kick up and get into the handstand will be the first part of my freestanding handstand push up. So, that is going to be tackled just as part of that normal training. But also, it's the balance throughout the process. So, I'm going to start off the entire process with negative freestanding handstand push-ups. So being able to kick up, get into form, and then lower myself down. Initially, I was trying to do what I would normally do, which is kind of kick up once you get a bit of balance, go straight down into it. But I've realized that if I want to have dominant reps, I need to be able to kick up, get into a straight line, and then lower myself down. And I've noticed from this that the balance is slightly different because when I actually fold, a lot more of my weight is going behind me, which makes it a bit more difficult when I get lower into the rep to be able to maintain balance. So that's something cool I've learned. That's a different variation. If I'm gonna have that straight line going down, I'm going to have to go forward a bit more, which I might not be comfortable with yet, but the negatives are going to help build that strength up over time. From there, I'm going to end my workout doing kind of the traditional handstand push ups that I have, getting some volume there, adding in push ups and lean push ups on parallettes that I can get a little bit more depth. So, just trying to maintain my strength levels while doing those negatives to be able to get that eccentric strength. I won't be able to get any strength from kind of the bottom up, at least at the start. But at least for now, while I'm doing the negatives, it's being able to understand where the balance is and trying to figure out where kind of those sticking points are and how I can then transition that into my training in future blocks. So, big focus on negatives and then trying to maintain some good volume with my OG handstand push ups and regular push up varieties to be able to kind of get that other level of strength to transition. Lastly, I kind of want to show quickly what my workouts are going to look like on the screen. Here's a sample of my old workout and then my new one. As you can see, there's a little bit more nuance to the current variety, adding in negatives and trying to figure out what I need to do to be able to transition between a parallel back to hands on the ground and from hands on the grounds back to parallettes. At least in the short run, there's definitely a learning curve for me to switch between them. I can't just kick up immediately into both of them. So that's, having a little warm up couple sets there just to make sure I can get it is going to be something critical, at least at the start. But overall, I think these kind of how I'm laying it out here should be able to get me to where I need to go. So that's the current plan. Thank you for watching. Please leave me some feedback in the comments below. Anything you think I should do to change this up or help cheer me on. Give me some, encouraging words because this is definitely from my first attempts been quite a challenge, but it's definitely something fun and I'm excited to start progressing towards something new. So, subscribe to the channel so you can see the journey as it goes along. Like the video if you do enjoy the content or share it with someone else that you think might be going through the same kind of journey as me. And yeah, let's go through this and let's see if my shoulders blow up or if I can become a stronger human being. Take care, everyone.